So for those of you that were with us last time, we spoke mostly Prabhupada Leela, because Prabhupada's activities are Leela. We just said in this prayer, Vrindavana Sina Hita Avatara, that Srila Prabhupada descended from the kingdom of God, Goloka Vrindavan, was asked directly by Lord Krishna, you please come to the material world. I want you to distribute this transcendental knowledge in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. This story was related to my god sister, my esteemed god sister, Devi Shakti Mataji, by Gita Sharaf. Gita Sharaf is the lady, the fortunate lady, who donated the land upon which our most wonderful Krishna Balaram Mandir is built. So she, in a conversation with Srila Prabhupada, revealed that Srila Prabhupada said this directly to her, that Lord Krishna asked me to come to the material world. And I said, why shall I go there? I don't want to go there. But Krishna told him, I will make every arrangement for you. Please go, distribute this transcendental knowledge. And the rest, of course, is history. So Srila Prabhupada's activities are not like our activities. We're here basically trying to enjoy the material world, enjoy our mind and senses, and exploit the resources of material nature for our own personal, selfish satisfaction. Srila Prabhupada was a pure devotee from his very birth. We're getting ready to observe the wonderful Rath Yatra festival here in Mayapur in less than 24 hours. I'll be going to Kalyani. There's a big festival there also, Rath Yatra festival. Why is this Rath Yatra festival so dear? Because it was dear to Prabhupada. Why are the Chinese, the Japanese, the Indonesians and Muslim countries, all over Europe, all over America, all over India, all of India is, all our hundreds of temples here in India are observing Rath Yatra tomorrow. Why is that happening? How has it grown from a large festival in one place, in Puri, to be observed in hundreds of places all over the world? Because Srila Prabhupada was so attached to Rath Yatra, because he said this is the essence of our philosophy. Krishna's feeling for Srimati Radharani, Radharani's feeling for Krishna. But that's another topic. So Srila Prabhupada came to fulfill the order of his spiritual master, the order of Lord Krishna. He came to this world, and each of us has a relationship with him. We're not Mayavadis, that we worship God. They say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara, that Sakshat, that we don't have this conception of God that we are the Guru, we are the Lord, we are one with God, we are one with Guru. We have this conception of God and Guru, his representative, as full of loving relationship. Relationship is the opposite of Mayavad. Mayavad means I am God. How can there be a relationship with God if you are God? How can there be bhakti if you are God? But Mayavad cuts the heart out of bhakti. So we're personalists, and each of us has an eternal, personal, individual, unique relationship with Krishna, Radha Krishna, and with Srila Prabhupada. We should meditate on this fact, that how has this uh, profound transformation come to your life? Not accidentally. You're all blessed by Srila Prabhupada. We should reflect on this, how we have a personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada. How have you surrendered your life to the process of bhakti, to the process of pushing on the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the chanting of Harinam Sankirtan? How has that profound change come to your life? Only by the mercy of a Vaishnava, only by the mercy of devotee. So Srila Prabhupada has blessed each of you. There's no doubt. We should reflect on this. How much Srila Prabhupada sacrificed to make it happen, how much he suffered to make it happen. How is it possible that we're connected and discussing the life of a Vaishnava? Where would you be if Srila Prabhupada hadn't come? So we should meditate on Prabhupada's struggle to establish the Krishna consciousness movement, because it didn't come easy. ISKCON did not come easy. An envious person once commented, he said that ISKCON is like a great elephant. Such a powerful institution. It's a great elephant. And A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, he just got on that elephant and rode. This is ridiculous. Two things. First, why was it Srila Prabhupada that was able to establish ISKCON and not you? First thing, Srila Prabhupada did what no other Gaudiya Vaishnava could have done because of his humility, especially because of his tolerance, because of his dedication to the and faith in the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yare Deke Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesh. Many people took this to be an allegory, that the holy name will spread. Okay, very good. Prabhupada took it as absolute fact. He had absolute faith in the chanting of the holy name, and he spread it all over the world. Think for a moment that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, someone somewhere is chanting the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. How did it happen? Only because of Srila Prabhupada. Nobody else. Other devotees followed in his footsteps, well and good. But it happened. It was manifested by Srila Prabhupada. He wove a garland of the holy name and garlanded the entire planet with the holy name of Krishna. Similarly, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, some devotee, some person somewhere is receiving prasadam from the hand of an ISKCON devotee. Such a profound change has happened in the world. How did it happen? Because Srila Prabhupada's complete dedication to the mission and faith in the words of his guru and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should meditate on Srila Prabhupada's sacrifice. Remember him coming across Jaladuta, his seasickness, his heart attacks, his complete, utter dependence on the Lord, in a helpless condition, coming across the Atlantic Ocean on a steamer with a free ticket. Meditate on what he must have experienced. Think of him not as the empowered Acharya, the avatar, the Shaktivesh avatar, but his mood is as a devotee, in a helpless mood of complete surrender to the Lord. And the Lord appeared to him in dream as Dasavatar, rowing a boat. Prabhupada was on the boat, and Dasavatar was, don't worry, Abhay. Don't worry, we're taking you. On the complete shelter and complete sheltered by the Lord. So meditate on Jaladuta. Meditate on Prabhupada coming to New York City, standing on the streets of New York City. Why have you brought me to this horrible place? What was Prabhupada's experience? We can't imagine. Coming from the center, the focus of all Krishna Bhakti and Radha Damodar temple, the temple of Jiva Goswami, the Samadhi of Jiva Goswami, the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami, our acharyas, our Purvacharyas, their holy place, the center of all Bhakti, Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Srila Prabhupada is living there. And from that place to hell, he left heaven, not heaven, he left Goloka. Radha Damodar temple, not different from Goloka Vrindavan. He left that place to come to hell, the Lower East Side of New York City, with the drug addicts, the alcoholics, the prostitutes, the thieves, the hippies. Meditate on Srila Prabhupada standing in the snow with his thin sannyas dhoti, his little wool chadar, his Prabhupada hat, his white rubber slippers, wondering, why have you brought me to this horrible place? This horrible place where people are completely overwhelmed with the modes of passion and ignorance. Why have you brought me? You must have some work here. So make me dance. Make nacho, nacho, Prabhu, nacho, nacho, say mate. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. We should meditate. As we meditate on Lord Krishna, remember the Leela of Lord Krishna. It's very powerful to meditate on the Leela of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, to glorify a devotee, to remember a devotee, has more positive, powerful effect on our life than meditating on the Lord himself. Because our connection with the Lord is through devotee. So remember Srila Prabhupada in New York City. Remember Srila Prabhupada in San Francisco, on Hippie Hill, in Golden Gate Park. There's a picture They brought Jagannath. They thought, okay, we're going to go chanting. We'll bring Jagannath too. Jagannath is not supposed to leave the temple except for Rath Yatra. This picture, Jagannath is sitting and Prabhupada is sitting, eyes closed with little tom-tom drums, singing holy name. And the hippies are hand in hand with their flowers in their hair and their long hair and their beads and their beards and their drugs and their sex, dancing and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. From that, Srila Prabhupada created an international society. There's a story about a sadhu. He's walking along the road and he sees a piece of discarded wire. And he picks it up thinking, maybe I'll have some use for this in the future. So he puts it in his pocket. As he walks along, he sees a piece of bamboo. Ah, maybe I can use this for something also. And he walks further, he sees a gourd, an old dried up gourd kadu. And he thinks, oh, let me put this out. He took the useless gourd, the useless piece of wire, the useless piece of bamboo, and made something useful of it, made ektar, a musical instrument. So Srila Prabhupada was like that. He harvested rejected people from the West, addicted to drugs, addicted to sex, to meat eating, to all sorts of sinful activities. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu, the Adhamas, the fallen souls, and picked them up and gave them the highest opportunity, made them devotees, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, it is Leela with Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Dabar Kas, Sakar Malik, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saved them from hellish life of service to Mohammedans and made them Goswamis. Srila Prabhupada did the same thing. He picked up his disciples from most degraded life and made them preachers of the holy name. And they took these disciples, these fortunate souls of Srila Prabhupada, took the holy name and established it all over the world by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. There's a devotee, my godbrother, his name is Shivananda Prabhu. Shivananda Prabhu is not a charismatic person. He's not a great scholar. He's not a kirtan leader. He's just a very simple, pure-hearted devotee. He joined ISKCON in 1968 in Montreal, along with His Holiness Jaipataka Maharaj. They had the temple was a rented bowling alley, so they turned it into a temple. Shivananda Prabhu joined there. He'd been a devotee 3-4 months, and Srila Prabhupada asked for volunteers. He said, "I want to open a temple in Europe. Who will help me?" So Shivananda Prabhu raised, "Yes, I'll go." And what could he know? How much, having no background in spiritual life, most of you being born, fortunate birth in Indian families, from your birth you understand what is Murti, what is Mandir, what is Mantra, what is Arati, what is deity, what is Gita. You understand those things from your birth. What kind of background is Shivananda Prabhu? Although a great soul, what kind of background did he have? What could he know of Shastra, of culture? But because he accepted the order of Srila Prabhupada, he opened the very first temple in all of Europe. Before Shamsundar Mukunda and Gurudas and their wives opened up London, Shivananda was in Hamburg, Germany, opening the first temple by the power and blessing of Srila Prabhupada, because he accepted it. He accepted the power of the entire Guru Parampara coming through Srila Prabhupada. Now that same power is available to all of you also. It's not that it's only for Prabhupada disciples. If we're connected to Guru Parampara, the order of Sri Guru, however it comes to us, there's immense power to introduce Krishna consciousness all over the world. So meditate on Prabhupada's sacrifice, how much he suffered, how much he sacrificed. In 26 Second Avenue, there was one bathroom. The storefront was there, but there was no bathroom, just a toilet, no shower. So all the devotees living in 26 Second Avenue would troop upstairs to Srila Prabhupada's apartment and use the bathroom there to take baths. And Srila Prabhupada would stand in line with these hippie type people. They would use his towel. They would use his towel. He had to stand in line to take bath in his own apartment. Such humility, such profound humility, such profound sacrifice, so that we could come to Krishna consciousness. So there can be a Mayapur, a Vrindavan, a Puri, a New York City, a Chicago, a San Francisco, a Los Angeles, Mandir. Prabhupada did amazing service because of his sacrifice. We say, and this is the formula, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari. Two things. Saraswati Devi. Saraswati Devi means Srila Prabhupada wrote his own mantra, prana mantra. And he identified himself, Saraswati Devi, as the servant of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. I'm Saraswati Devi. I'm the servant of my guru. First thing. Second thing, Gauravani Pracharana. He simply presented the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as it was in scripture. He never changed anything. He presented the truth as he found it in the Shastra, as it came from the mouth of his own spiritual master, Saraswati Thakur. So this combination of dedication to Guru and presenting the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from this the entire ISKCON was manifest. We should study this carefully. Study Srila Prabhupada's Leela. So ISKCON is a great elephant. And there's many dogs that bark at this elephant. But the caravan is going on. And Srila Prabhupada rode this great institution because he was the only one qualified to do it. So Srila Prabhupada is our guru. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila Guru Tattva, first chapter, there is a statement in the purport to verse 34. Srila Prabhupada writes that Siksha and Diksha are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna. Equal and identical. That means that Srila Prabhupada, being the preeminent Siksha Guru of all of ISKCON, is your Guru. We should understand this very carefully. I was giving class here in Mayapur. They have a community here that has a gathering every Saturday night. So they asked me to come and speak. So I asked everyone, who here is a fortunate disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj? Some devotees raised their hands. Who here is the fortunate disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj? Some devotees raised their hands. Who here is a fortunate disciple of His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj? Some more devotees raised their hands. Then I said, who here is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada? Nobody raised their hand. They said, don't you know, Prabhus, Matajis? Are you not the disciple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya, the preeminent Siksha Guru of every ISKCON devotee? He is our Guru. Siksha and Diksha Gurus are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna. And they all give the same thing. Whether it's your Diksha Guru or Srila Prabhupada or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Bhaktivedanta, the product that the Guru, a bona fide Guru, is giving is all the same. For example, if you have a headache and you go to the drugstore or to the pharmacy and you're looking for some headache remedy, some Tylenol, some paracetamol, you may find three or four different brands, 3 or 4 different bottles, but the medicine inside is exactly the same. It will cure your headache. In the same way, what is presented by every bona fide Acharya in Guru Parampara is exactly the same, unchanged, as it is. And if we take that medicine, we also become cured and more importantly, become qualified to represent the entire Guru Parampara. So Prabhupada is our Guru, not by Diksha. This is a stupid idea that one can take Diksha from the air. We take Diksha from a person, a present person. Srila Prabhupada, I did some research on this point, and Srila Prabhupada mentions 6 different times. One time is enough, but in 6 different places in his presentation of Krishna consciousness, he mentions that one should take initiation from a physically present spiritual master, not from the air. Can you hear? Can you ask a question to a book? Can you ask a question to a recorded lecture? You cannot. One time, this discussion was going on, some argument was going on. And one devotee reached over and twisted the ear. Another devotee said, this is Guru, he can do this, he can chastise you, he can direct you, he can give you personal instruction. That's not available from some amorphous idea, taking initiation from the air. We take initiation from a person who is present, who can guide you and bless you and give you good instruction. So Prabhupada is our Siksha Guru. We read his books. We hear his lectures. We should be reading his books, I hope. We should be hearing his lectures also, I hope. This is Prabhupada's Siksha. We live the life that he gave us, rising early in the morning, Mangalarti, Tulsi Puja, Bhagavatam class, Japa, Shastric study. This is the foundation of our spiritual life that was given to us by Srila Prabhupada, by his Siksha. But Diksha is also required. Without Diksha, one has no connection to Guru Parampara. Diksha means to surrender to someone. This is an interesting point because in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's explained that Purascharana, some previous activities to qualify oneself to receive Diksha are not required. One can simply chant the holy name of Krishna and be liberated. So someone may ask, well, why should I accept a guru? I'll just chant Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead. No, one has to surrender. Tadviti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshanti jnanam jnanina sattvadarshana. If you want to be tattvadarshi, if you want to be a realized soul, if you want to see Krishna, tattvadarshi means to see tattva. Who is param tattva? Lord Krishna. If you want to see Krishna, eye to eye and face to face, there's a process. His process that he gives in Bhagavad Gita. Pranipat means prakrishna rupena nipat, to completely surrender. Do we surrender to an idea, to a sound vibration? We surrender to a person. We give seva. We give seva. This is a formula to surrender to Guru, pranipat to give seva, to give service, and pariprashna. These three things are mentioned. And Prabhupada explains in the purport by the interaction of these things, to surrender to Guru, to hear from him, to serve him, the one also becomes Tattvadarshi. This is the system that has been in place for thousands and thousands of years. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Everything is there in Shastra. So Prabhupada is our Siksha Guru, but Diksha is required. We can think of Prabhupada as the Guru of Sri Sampradaya, Sripad Ramanujacharya. Every disciple in Sri Sampradaya reveres Ramanujacharya as their Guru. They don't take Diksha from him. He's not their Diksha Guru. They take Diksha from the present person. They surrender to the present representative of Ramanujacharya. This is our same situation in ISKCON. We are all disciples of Srila Prabhupada, but we surrender to his representative. We accept Diksha personally, eye to eye and face to face from his representative. So Srila Prabhupada said that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur sent all of us to him to help him push on and establish ISKCON society. So my question to all of you is, who sent you to your Guru? Who sent you? If Srila Prabhupada sent us to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who sent you to your Guru? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada blessed you to take shelter of his representative, his disciple, to go on in spiritual life, to establish the same things that he talked about. So this is the blessing of sadhu sangha. Chaitanya Srimad Bhagavatam says, Tulayama lavanapi na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya matyanam kim utashisha. That a moment's association with the spirit, with a pure devotee, cannot be equated with any other thing to become free from repeated birth and death, to go to heaven. It can't be equated with any other thing, because by association of pure devotee, we get Krishna. Satam pasangat mama virya sambido bhamanti ritkarna risayana kata tajdoshana rashtafavarga vartmani shadharatir bhaktir anukrameshati. We make progress in spiritual life step by step. Krameshati means kramena, step by step, from shraddha to prema, by the association of devotees, by hearing from pure devotees. This is our whole process. So ask yourself, if you don't have a relationship with Prabhupada, how did such a profound change come in your life? How is it you're wearing tilak, kantimala, chanting holy name, have a guru, vegetarian even? How did that happen? Whose books have you been reading? Who sent you your guru? What sadhana program have we adopted? Whose Krishna are we worshipping? Krishna becomes a property of his pure devotee. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed, Krishna say tomar, Krishna dite par, tomara shakati ache. Amito kanga, Krishna Krishna bole dai tava pache pache. That Krishna is yours. And because he's yours, you have the power to give him to me. What am I doing? I'm a fallen soul. Kangal, a beggar, fallen soul, badmash, rascal. I'm simply running after you, chanting Krishna, 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 Krishna. And this is a process to get Krishna. So who is Krishna? Prabhupada's Krishna. Some devotees, some envious, foolish people say that ISKCON people, they're just a bunch of neophyte people. They're all neophytes. They can only hope, if they're lucky, they can become one of the Mahishis, the queens of Dwarka. Maybe they can enter Dwarka Leela, but Krishna Leela is for us. Goloka Dham is for us. Braj Bhakti is for us, the followers of Raghunuga Bhakti. This is arrogant misunderstanding. We should understand what Srila Prabhupada gave us. What is our program? Examine our Mangalarti program. What is being spoken? Shri Radhika Madhavayora Param Madhuri Guna Rupa Namnam Pratikshana Swadana Lulupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. The Guru is meditating on who? Lakshmi Narayan? Shivji? Parashuram? Matsya Kurma Varaha? Who is he meditating on? Guna Rupa Namnam, the form, the pastimes of Leela, the beautiful Radha Krishna Leela. Pratikshana, he's relishing it. Lolupasya, in every moment. Vande Guroshi Chacharanaravinda. We worship the lotus feet, such a person as Srila Prabhupada. Nikunjayono Ratikeli Siddhayaya Libya Yuktirapikshanaya. That he's making tasteful arrangements. Where? In the Nikunjas. The Kunja is the place, the intimate place of service for Radha Krishna. The Kunja is how the gopis are making arrangement, how what flower decorations, what scents, what colors Srimati Radharani will be dressed, what foods will be offered, what sweet, what savory, what bitter, what sour, what drinks, what incense, what flowers, everything. They're making tasteful arrangements. And who is there? We meditate on Srila Prabhupada being there. And we should meditate on your guru, meditate on your guru as the assistant of Srila Prabhupada. In every ISKCON temple of the world, we sing Tulsi Purn, we sing Tulsi Arati. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Eya Bilasi. We don't sing Lakshmi Narayan Seva Pavo Eya Bilasi. We sing Radha Krishna Seva Pavo. We're not aspiring for Vaikuntha Vas. We're aspiring for Goloka Dham. Eneve Dhanadara Shakir Anugata Karo Seva Adikaro Diye Koro Nija Dasi. This most intimate prayer, and it's sung by every ISKCON devotee every morning in temples, and 850 temples all over the world. And they say we're only going to Vaikuntha? Such a foolish proposition, such envious proposition. Srila Prabhupada gave us Ajata Ruchi Raghunuga Bhakti. Ajata Ruchi means our Ruchi, our ecstatic emotional feeling for God has not manifest. It has not born Ajata. It's not born. But he gave us the process that will manifest it if we follow. What will manifest? Radha Krishna Seva Pavo. We want this is our abhilash, our heart's desire, our aspiration, what we want in life, why we're practicing, why we're sacrificing, why we're serving, why we're surrendering, why we're chanting. This is our heart's desire to go back to Godhead and serve Radha Krishna. So we pray to Srimati Tulsi Maharani. Anyway, Dhanadara Sakya Seva Adhikara Diye. Please give me the Adhikar. Diye, give me the Adhikar to serve Radha Krishna. not Lakshmi Narayan. We have all regard for Lakshmi Narayan. The worshippers of Lakshmi Narayan are great Vaishnavas. We'll take the dust from their feet, no problem. But our desire that is inculcated in us by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada is to be worshippers of Radha Krishna, to go back to Godhead, go back to Golika Dham, enter into Braja Prem. This is what he's given us. So he is our link to Radha Krishna. When we're worshipping Tulsi, can we approach Brinda Devi directly? No. Can you approach Radha Krishna directly? No. Can you approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with six Goswamis directly? No. You have to approach through your guru. So Srila Prabhupada is our guru, and his representative is your guru. And this is the process of approaching Radha Krishna. Once there is a story, one devotee, a neophyte devotee, here in Mayapur actually, many years ago. It was Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja day, the day after Janmashtami, Sri Krishna Janmashtami. And as we all experience, the day after Sri Krishna Janmashtami, there's all kinds of Mahaprasadam left over from offerings that have happening all day long, delicious sweets and so many things to eat. So this devotee, 9 o'clock in the morning, is in front of a big plate of Mahaprasadam chowing down. And one devotee asked him, Prabhu, today's a fast day. Today is the divine appearance day of our founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The brahmachari said, oh, no, he's not my guru. I don't have to fast. He's not my guru. Such gross misunderstanding, such neophyte misunderstanding. Srila Prabhupada is our guru, so we should remember that. And anyone who identifies as a member of ISKCON should accept the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada. He is our Acharya. And this is the process of establishing the Siddhanta, and not just establishing, but maintaining the Siddhanta for generations. That there is what we, in English, we say benchmark. A benchmark is a mark on a bench, a carpenter's bench, where he wants to measure something. But if the foolish carpenter decides, I want to make 20 tables, and he cuts the piece for the table, he cuts the first piece, and then he takes the first piece, and with the first piece, he measures the second piece. And with the second piece, he measures the third piece, third to the fourth, fourth to the fifth. The 20th piece will not be the same size as the first piece because he doesn't have a bench. He's not using his benchmark. He's not following Acharya. So Srila Prabhupada is the Acharya of the ISKCON society. He is our authority, and we understand Krishna Bhakti through him. There are many great Vaishnavas. We respect them all. We take the dust of the lotus feet of any Vaishnava. We respect them, we worship them. This is the process of getting Krishna Bhakti. But our personal relationship is with Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said there's two things, Samasti Guru and Vyasti Guru. Samasti Guru means how Guru is one. Any bona fide Guru teaches the same thing. Again, the example of the medicine in the bottle. Any bona fide Guru gives the same medicine. This is Samasti Guru. Guru is one. Your Guru, my Guru, for thousands of generations, Guru is one. They present the same truth because the truth is one. The truth is not many. The truth is one. Truth does not mean my individual truth, what I believe, my personal understanding. I think it could be my opinion. That's not truth. Truth is absolute. Absolute truth is one. So who is the repository of that truth? Sri Guru. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Korea Aikya Arna Korea Mani Asha. We make our mind one. We accept that authority, the words coming from the lotus mouth of spiritual master, as our authority, as our benchmark. This is Samasti Guru. Guru is one. Vyasti Guru means my Guru. My Guru. Like everyone has a father. This is Samasti Guru. Everyone has a father. Father is one. But Vyasti Guru means, what is the relationship I have with my Guru? What is my relationship with my Guru? So Srila Prabhupada is our Guru. By Siksha, he is our Guru. And you have relationship with your Guru, your Guru also by Diksha. Two Vyasti Gurus. Two Gurus giving you same thing, Srila Prabhupada and your Diksha Guru. So otherwise, how is it that devotees have such profound feeling for Srila Prabhupada? I've seen devotees, young devotees that never saw Srila Prabhupada, reading their Vyas Puja offering and openly weeping, overcome with emotion. Why are you crying? Someone may say from the absolute point of view. What are you crying about? You never saw him. You never even set eyes on him. You heard only you heard his lecture. What are you crying about? Crybaby. Some antagonistic, atheistic person may say in that way. Why are they crying? Because Srila Prabhupada is like Shukadeva Goswami, Tam Sarvabhutam Pradayam Munamad Anatosmi, who entered the hearts of all. Srila Prabhupada has entered our hearts and created such a profound change in our lifestyle, in our vision of what is life, vision of what is the objective of life, the highest goal of life. Srila Prabhupada changed all of that. So sometimes devotees say, they ask me, say, why couldn't we have met Srila Prabhupada? Why couldn't we have met Srila Prabhupada? Or one devotee asked Prabhupada in the early days of ISKCON, like she was elderly, like why did you come when you came? And now I've become old. Why didn't you come earlier? Prabhupada said, because you weren't born. So Prabhupada has blessed each and every one of us. And sometimes people say, we wish we could have met Prabhupada. You want to meet Prabhupada? There's an easy way to meet Prabhupada. Meet Prabhupada in the pages of his books. Because Prabhupada did not write his books with pen and paper. He spoke his books. This is Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. The words, Prabhupada's books are the words emanating from his lotus mouth. And if you sit and read Prabhupada's books attentively, you will experience Prabhupada in his books because he's there. He gave a good example. He said, someone may say that Arjuna heard Bhagavad Gita from the mouth of Lord Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra 5,000 years ago. Very good for Arjuna. But what about me? I wasn't there. I didn't hear. It's irrelevant. No, Prabhupada explained that if you read Bhagavad Gita, you are as good as Arjuna. You're hearing the same words. The exact words that Arjuna heard, you're hearing. And when we read Prabhupada's books, we're hearing the exact words that came from his mouth, and we're as good as sitting in the same room with Srila Prabhupada hearing him speak. His instructions are absolute. So if you want to meet Prabhupada in his books. So if you want to see him, read Prabhupada's books and see him in his Murti. Prabhupada is also present within his Murti. If you don't mind, I'll share one profound experience I had, a dream. This dream came to me in, I think, 1985, many years ago. In the dream, I was in Los Angeles temple, and the whole temple was overflowing with ecstasy. Devotees are running here, they're painting, they're cleaning, they're organizing because Srila Prabhupada is coming. Not accurate chronologically. Prabhupada has already left, 1977, November 14th, 7:20 p.m. He's already gone. But in the dream, in the present, Prabhupada is coming. Imagine your happiness if someone announced that Srila Prabhupada is coming to Bergen, New Jersey. The whole world would come to have darshan of Srila Prabhupada. So the mood was like that. Prabhupada is coming. I can talk to him. I can ask him questions. I can touch his lotus feet. I can serve him. I can cook for him. I can do his laundry. I can beg his mercy, personal instruction. Prabhupada is coming. This was the dream. So in Los Angeles Temple, for those of you that may have been, there's two, it faces directly Watsika Boulevard. The sidewalk adjoins exactly, the front doors are a few meters from the sidewalk. So two big doors open like this. So I'm standing in front of the temple, and Prabhupada is coming, Prabhupada is coming. The door is open, and two devotees walk out holding Srila Prabhupada's life-size murti. And I wake up sobbing that I wanted to see Prabhupada. I wanted to see Prabhupada. This is his deity. I wanted to see Prabhupada. I woke up crying. I didn't understand the dream. Then 2 weeks later, exact same dream. Prabhupada is coming. The door is open. Prabhupada's Murti. Now I understand. Prabhupada is present in his Murti. Prabhupada said, I'm present within my picture. Don't throw my picture here and there. I'm present in my picture. And if you meditate very deeply, you can also experience Prabhupada in his picture, what to speak of his deity. So he is present in his books, his picture, his deity, his instructions. And this is what we call Vani Seva. Shastra says, Rahuganai tattapasanayati, the chichya nirvapanad grihadva, the chandasanaiva jalagna surya, vinamahat pada rajobhishekam. Unless we get to pada raja, the dust of the lotus feet of pure devotee, bhakti is impossible. We can't approach Krishna without getting the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotee. So where is that dust? Srila Prabhupada's dust of his lotus feet. Where is it available? It's not available. It's gone. Because the nature of this material world that we all have to leave, this even Guru has to leave. This is the nature of material world. No one can check it. So that dust, that Vapu dust is gone. But Vani dust, there's heaps and piles of Vani dust from the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada by pushing on his ISKCON society, living like he lived, preaching like he preached, reading his books, serving his temples, and encouraging other devotees to take to Krishna consciousness, to join our ISKCON society. And this way we smear our whole body with the Vani Seva dust of Srila Prabhupada and become eligible for relationship with Krishna. So we should understand Prabhupada. Actually, there's one story, speaking of, I forgot, about dust on the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. My godbrother, Sahadev Prabhu, he left his body here in Mayapur last year. It was a very sad situation. He was an Australian devotee, left this world with Radha Madhava's garland around his neck, with Tulsi in his mouth, Ganga Jal in his mouth, surrounded by devotees doing kirtan, Tulsi Patra on his head, gazing at Prabhupada's photo, unblinking for 20 minutes. Kirtan was going up, up, up. Tear came to his eye, and he left. Back home, back to Godhead. So this devotee told a story. Srila Prabhupada was in Melbourne, I believe. And Srila Prabhupada, as was his habit, was going for morning walk in a local park. So there's an area in that local park that had just been cultivated. And Sahadev Prabhu had a transcendental plan. He brought a plastic bag with him, a little Ziploc baggie, and he thought, I will get some dust from the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and keep it in this bag and distribute it. I'll take this dust and I'll take it home. So devotees are walking across the area. Madhaveshwar Prabhu is walking across, leaving footprints. Balaram Prabhu, the temple president at the time, walks across, leaving footprints. Prabhupada walks across, no footprint. No footprint in the dust. Everyone else is leaving footprints. Srila Prabhupada left no footprint. Sahadev Prabhu gets down on his hands and feet. What is this? What is I don't understand it. My face is right in the dirt looking. No footprint. This is Srila Prabhupada, not part of this material world. But we should try to get the dust, the Vani Seva dust from Srila Prabhupada that is abundantly available by serving, by sacrificing, by following, by accepting him as our guru. So if we want to understand Prabhupada, we have to come to spiritual status also. Brahmabhuta prasanatmana sochate samasaveshu buddhishu madbhaktim labhate param. Brahmabhuta platform means completely free from the material identification, body and mind. Srila Prabhupada is not part of this world, and neither are we. But to the extent we identify with this material world, to that extent we're unable to enter into the glories, the spiritual position, understanding the spiritual position of Srila Prabhupada. So I'm running out of time. In Bhagavad Gita, we hear about Lord's mission. Paratanaya sadhanam vinashaya chadushkritam dharma sansthapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna says, I come for three reasons. Pranitranaya sadhanam, to deliver the devotees. Vinashayata dushkatam, to annihilate the miscreants, and dharma sanstapana, to establish the principles of dharma. Examine the life of Srila Prabhupada. You'll find exactly the same thing. Paritranaya sadhanam. Prabhupada came here to establish temples, deities, prasadam, books, give his association, farm communities, restaurants, go raksha, all for the benefit of devotees, to encourage the devotees, to give devotees shelter, to protect them, to push them forward, to establish an institution, this beautiful institution we call ISKCON, that's offering shelter to hundreds and thousands, millions of devotees all over the world. So Prabhupada came for this purpose, Paritarnaya Sadhunam, to bless the sadhus, to attract the sadhus, attract fortunate people to the process of Krishna Bhakti. And Vinashaya to Dushkritam, for the annihilation of demons, to challenge the godless, life comes from life, chemical so-called scientists that propose Darwinian evolution, Mayavadis, secular Hindus, atheists, Buddhists, and other varieties of Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, rascals, Dushkritis, Buddhas, and Mayaya Paritagyanis. This is Prabhupada's mood. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We pray Rupanoga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur declared totalitarian war on anything that contradicted the mood of Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Prabhupada was the same way. He was lecturing Sunday feast. 300 people were there in the audience. After the lecture, he asked for questions. One man stood up in front of 300 people and began babbling on, I am God, everyone is God. Prabhupada was like a tiger ready to pounce. Didn't say a word. So this foolish man spoke for maybe 10, 15 seconds. Then he was standing there like a fool in front of 300 people with nothing more to say. Prabhupada said, he shouted at him, you are God? You are dog. Sit down. Prabhupada was intolerant, challenged the scientists, the atheists, the rascals, the fools, materialistic scientists. Life comes from chemicals. Completely intolerant. Who else is challenged? All these other religions, they're only interest shanti, 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 he, material benefit. Offer puja for benedictions, for blessing, for material prosperity. And the whole world is doing this in the name of religion. Go to the church, give some donation, pray to God for salvation. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. For material blessings, Satyanarayan Kata, all material blessings. I watched one man in our Punjabi Bug temple with 10 rupee in his hand, and he's offering 10 rupees to Radha Radhikaraman, then Krishna Balaram, then Jagannath. Then he's folding his hands, and he puts the 10 rupees in the hundi, and he's folding his hands. Oh, Bhagwan, I've given you 10 rupiah. You please give me now 10 crore. Business. Prahlad Maharaj says, don't be baniya. If you want to be baniya and make money in business, make millions of dollars, no problem. But don't be baniya with Krishna. Asli shava padaratam pinashtamam adarshanam marmahatam korotava yata tatava vidadatu lampato mat prananatastu sa eva napa. That you crush me, you neglect me, you cheat on me, you embrace whatever you do, you're my prananath, you're the Lord of my life. This is bhakti, not business. Don't do business with Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada introduced this unadulterated, pure Krishna bhakti, which means surrender to Krishna, and was completely intolerant of anything else. And this is dharma, to establish dharma. And what is the process to come to that stage? This is actual dharma. Harinam Sankirtan. Etavani velokesmin pungsa dharma parasmitaha bhakti yoga bhagavati tannama grahanadivi. What is dharma? Tannama grahana, to accept the holy name of Krishna and to chant the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came for this reason. Krishnavarnam Tisha Krishnam Sango Pangashta Parshadam Jagyai Sankirtana Prayar Ijanti Husumedasa. God Himself came. This Harinam Sankirtan is so important. so meaningful, so powerful, so purifying, that God Himself came to introduce it and to propagate it all over the world. So who established it? Who introduced the chanting of the holy name to every town, practically every continent, certainly, and to many towns and villages all over the world? Many still left. Prabhujis, Matajis. Pick a town, make a temple, initiate devotees, establish Krishna consciousness all over the world. This is our principle. This is Dharma Sanstapana. And Srila Prabhupada introduced this all over the world. This, as Krishna came to do the same thing, Prabhupada is doing exactly the same thing. So much more can be said about Srila Prabhupada. We're out of time. Anyone has any comment or question?
Thank you, Sarva, for the wonderful narration of Prabhupada's pastimes and his importance and his position as a preeminent Shiksha Guru within ISKCON. Before we go into questions, Prabhu, with your permission, is it okay to just share a few announcements regarding our center upcoming?
Of course. Dasosmi. The beautiful picture of Radha Kund you have in your background.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai Shri Radhe.
So, Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So this is our ISKCON of Bergen County website with our beautiful and merciful deity, Shri Radha Sham Sundar and Shri Nimai Nitai. So we have a 3-day Katha coming up in July, from July 18th to July 20th by His Grace Lal Govind Prabhu. And the topic is the divine friendship of Krishna and Sudama. So we encourage everyone to try and attend. The schedule is all posted on the website. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Ramchandra Prabhu or Ram Tulsi Prabhu, but everything should be here, including the link to the flyer. So please share it with your friends, family, colleagues, etc. Moving on. So this is a list of our speakers. So today we have Sarva Prabhu giving the Wednesday Sangha on Glories of Srila Prabhupada. And then Sunday, we have a lecture by Arundhati Mataji on chapter 19. So if
there's
anybody...
no chapter, Haribo, there's no chapter 19 in Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, sorry. I think it should be chapter 13, I believe, based on last class that Sushila Gurung gave. I think that's a typo there. Thank you for picking that up, Prabhu.
That's the typo.
Yes, that's the typo. I think it should be chapter 13, most likely. We also have many Bhakti Vrikshas running in New Jersey. So if anyone would like to get connected, please let us know. If you have friends, family who are interested, these are every Fridays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. We have a Bhagavad Gita reading from 12 to 12:15 every day. Sorry, not every day, Monday to Friday. And there's a daily japa call that happens from 6 to 8 Eastern. There's also a link to our ISKCON or our Vaishnav calendar, which has, all the upcoming festivals, Ekadashi dates, etc. So you can access that through this link. With that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So if devotees now have any questions or clarifications, they can either come off of mute and ask Prabhuji directly, or you can just post your question in the chat window and I can read it out for you if you like. So while devotees are thinking, I have a quick question. You mentioned about the importance of taking initiation from a living guru, and there has been a lot of debate going on, especially recently with some offshoot community. I won't mention them here. and they consider themselves part of ISKCON. A lot of debate
It's
and
it's
controversies.
called it's called Apasampradaya, Prabhu. You can refer to it as Apasampradaya.
Prasampradaya. Yes. So, what should be our position and our disposition towards them, that community, and the devotees who are kind of doing that? Should we be having a respectful distance from them, or are we supposed to like argue and counteract if they're trying to mislead people? Especially given that we may not be in that position to make those calls. But if we see some posts on social media, or because people do get misled quite easily, so just curious to hear your thoughts. Or shall we just mind our own business, keep a respectful distance, and go about our own Krishna consciousness?
Thank you for a wonderful question, Prabhu. The answer is this: all our devotees, if someone falls for this apasampradaya understanding of Krishna Bhakti, it is our fault that we have not educated our members. ISKCON, if you distill everything down beyond cultural aspects, ISKCON is an educational institution. We have, what is our authority? Shastra Praman. They have
Mm,
zero Shastra Praman. They have one letter, July 9th letter, that was repudiated by the author, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who said that if Srila Prabhupada wanted this, he would have said it himself. I wrote the letter, and I was not trying to establish an entire new understanding of Krishna consciousness by saying that you can take in. Anyway, probably the author of the letter retracted the meaning of the letter, and this is their authority, a letter written by another person, his words. They're not Srila Prabhupada's words. Our authority, what is Prabhupada's authority? Prabhupada does not give authority to Shastra. Shastra gives authority to the Prabhupada. Shastra is our bottom line evidence, praman, and there is zero praman for giving initiation through the air. We take
mm,
initiation from a person. This has been the system for thousands of generations, for millennia. You read in Bhagavatam, some Leelas in Bhagavatam are hundreds of thousands of years old, and still the same principle is there. A disciple, Sishya, approaches Guru face to face and begs initiation. This is a new idea, a manufactured idea that is completely repudiated throughout Prabhupada's books. They have one letter. I can give you 6 references where Prabhupada said, physically present, physically present. Prabhupada said, disciple of my disciple, just see. What is difficult to understand? What is
mm,
difficult to understand? Anyway, my experience with these people is don't waste your time one-on-one. Don't waste,
mm,
especially on internet, because it just gives them more opportunity to spew their misunderstanding. If they're in our communities, if someone comes to our Sunday feast and starts speaking this thing, we have many things to say to them. We have many things to say to them to correct their misunderstanding. One-on-one, if the person is innocent, they have some, if they're confused or an ISKCON devotee that's been confused, then we have many things to say to them. But don't argue with this dyed-in-the-wool, out of control Ritvik people, rabid Ritvik people who have nothing good to say about anyone except their own understanding, their twisted understanding, aprasampradaic understanding of Guru. They don't talk about Krishna. They talk about fallen gurus, bogus gurus, cheater gurus, blah, blah, blah. Do you ever say anything about Krishna? They're just continuously blaspheming. They're toxic people. This is my experience. They're toxic people. So one-on-one, innocent devotee, yes, we should speak to them. In our communities, we should give education. What is our what is our, we have volumes of information, volumes of Siddhanta, of Praman to establish a Sishya approaching Guru, Pranipat, surrendering to him, offering service, inquiring, Praniprashna, inquiring from that person.
mm.
There's volumes of information for this. They have no single Praman from Shastra. They have no basis to do what they're doing. Is an apasampradaya. So in our communities, we should educate to insulate people from this poisonous understanding. But publicly and social media, don't waste your time. I've fallen into that trap a few times. I'm done. Because you can present the most solid, convincing, shastric evidence, and they just change the subject. What is this saying? Someone who's convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Don't waste your time one-on-one. But
Thank you.
educate,
Thank you.
especially young devotees. Someone who's been around for a while has no interest in an upper sampradaic understanding of Shastra. But young devotees may be influenced by this because they had a court victory. Court victory does not have anything to do with Siddhanta. Court victory is just a property dispute. You won the property dispute. So what? Does that make you right? Does it make you correct in your understanding? It does not. We should be very strong on this point. But
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
a whole other discussion.
Thank you for answering that appropriately. Oh, yes, it makes sense not to engage on social media, but if it's a one-on-one, then we can try. If it's an innocent person and they need some clarification, then we can help them as best as we can or point them in the right direction. Thank you. Thank you for answering that, Prabhu.
Yes, no problem.
Does anybody else on the call have any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So is this Upper Sampradaya representatives are in America or is more just in India?
They're everywhere, Prabhu. And they cheat. Just I was in Jaipur and I forgot the name of the area where our ISKCON temple was. So I told the Tota, well, take me to ISKCON. He was on his way taking me to the Ritvik place because they have their temple there also. They go to colleges as ISKCON. They establish temples as ISKCON. They do everything as ISKCON. They've stolen Prabhupada's good name. They have no right to the same, but they have some legal victory in the courts. But court, I mean, I pray to God I never have to be judged by a court. Because court of law does not establish Siddhanta. Only Shastra establishes Siddhanta, and they have no evidence from Shastra to support their point of view. Zero. So they're cheaters also. They use ISKCON's good name.
So how do you identify them?
Ask them, say my guru is His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. Oh, bogus guru. Immediately, here's this confused person. They have regard for Prabhupada, but they don't have regard for anyone else. Just say, I'm thinking of taking initiation from XYZ Swami. And immediately they'll jump all over you. They'll criticize, they'll blaspheme. Then you'll understand you're very, very unfortunate to come in contact with one of these people.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Any final question?
Hare Krishna, Sarva Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Vaman Seva Prabhu, Indanava Pranam.
Oh my God, when I hear your voice, it takes me to 92, 93, 95. I don't know how much aprad I must have done, standing shoulder to shoulder with you so casually. Oh my God, there's so much, you bestow so much of mercy, love on all of us. I just wanted to share with our little congregation over here that when the DTs came, I had reached out to Sarva Prabhu for the naming, and today Shri Nimai Nitai was shared by Sarva Prabhu. So I just want to share this little trivia of ours, and thank you. And now every Sunday and many of those 60, Shri Nimai Nitai comes and blesses everyone. So I'm so happy. Thank you for the guidance always.
And I'm very happy to have your friendship. We were knowing each other in 92. I think we first met in 92.
Yeah.
Vaman Seva Prabhu was bussing dishes in Delhi Darbar, an Indian restaurant. He found my business card. I was doing jewelry business at the time. Said, teach me American jewelry making. So he made one ring. Said, now give me a certificate as a graduate from the American School of Jewelry. And he went back to Seeps, Mumbai and landed a huge job with 400 people under him. Such a brilliant man.
I'm glad there was no internet.
There's no internet.
But
So
anyway,
it gives me great joy,
I
immense
was
joy to see your progress, people.
no
From
problem.
bussing dishes in Delhi Darbar to successful business, to initiation, to Nimai Nitai, to association with wonderful devotees. Ramchandra Prabhu also has been very instrumental in your progress in spiritual life.
Absolutely. And today we have such
Oh.
lovely different devotees too. Rakta Prabhu is so involved. He's from Delhi, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's then Ram Tulsi Prabhu and so many other, even all the Matajis here. So we're having fun, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
So
again. I hopefully-
extrapolate. If you've come this far in your life, you can go back to God in this life also.
I hope
If
so.
you come this far, how far can you go?
I know.
Who can imagine?
And I tell you, the turning point was also all the Shaligrams. You had got to our house and you stayed couple of days and blessed us. My God, that was some holy clinic cleaning for us. So thank you again, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare
Be
Krishna.
blessed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for sharing that little backstory with all of us. Any final thoughts or questions from any devotees? Okay, if there's no more questions, we'd like to once again thank His Grace Sarva Drik Prabhu for taking the time to share Prabhupada nectar with all of us. Let us thank Sarva Drik Prabhu once more by coming off mute and just chanting one Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We would also like to thank all the devotees for joining today's session, and we wish you good rest of the week and good night and Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna. Thank
everyone.
you, Rakta Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sarva.
Krishna. Thank you, Sarva.